far into the future, human beings have discovered a new source of energy that will replace coal and oil, shentan. This new source of energy has provided human beings with radical development, but has attracted attention from outside the Earth. Hey guys, this is Afraid, and you are watching Shanghai Fortress. Let's get into it. All over the world, cities that use shentan as their power source were being attacked by aliens. At this point, the states joined together to create a new and unique defense system to defend the planet from the aliens. While a journalist was reporting the new news, the city of Los Angeles was brutally hit by an alien spaceship. After that, robots with 4 shooting arms started to fly towards the Earth, but they were stopped by military aircraft remotely controlled by a team of young soldiers. These guys were chosen and trained by Commander Xiao Yan, and while watching them fight, the commander is surprised by the performance of one of them. It was Jiang, the most talented one, but he was not the only piece of gold. Zheng Yu has a very fast reaction. Lu Yian, on the other hand, knows better how to analyze real-time data. Together, they were the Gray Eagle team, but they were all still undergoing testing. In the last 5 years, the world's largest cities, such as New York, Tokyo, and Moscow, were attacked by aliens. China started the construction of the Shanghai cannon to defeat the aliens, but it required a large amount of energy. While joining his team, Zhang Yang meets Lin Lan in the elevator. He likes Lin a lot, but he doesn't dare to express his feelings towards her. Lin was the commander of their team, and today was her birthday. Jiang wanted to give her a present, but she had already left. He wanted to give her a yellow flower inside a type of container. The days passed, and the Earth continued to be under attack. In fact, the city of New Delhi was completely destroyed by aliens. In the meantime, over the city of Shanghai, an alien enemy spaceship approached. People were running to the shelter to get to safety. All the soldiers, on the other hand, had taken their positions to defend the city from the alien spaceship. Shortly afterward, the spaceship hit the defense field above the city of Shanghai, which caused damage within the cities. But the broken windows were still nothing serious about what could happen. Enemy robots came out of the spaceship and entered the city through the holes made in the Shanghai defense field. Now, military drones came into play to defeat the alien robots that had passed through the holes. Thanks to their training and skills, they were able to defend the city from the enemy attack, even regenerating the defense field. The scientists discovered a weak point in the enemy ship and could use the Shanghai cannon to strike. Commander Xiao Yan disagrees, because to counterattack now would mean putting many people's lives at risk. One day, Commander Xiao Yan introduced Lin Lan to the Shenten deposits that China held. This energy source was used to make almost everything in the city of Shanghai, from the Shanghai cannon to the defense field it was covered with. Another very important advantage is that this energy source is able to reproduce itself. The commander reveals to Lin Lan that if they used the cannon, they would endanger the Shanghai defense field. Therefore, the most appropriate choice was to use the AV-28 team to counter the attacks. The team was just regular guys, all with their own dreams and passions, but they had to defend their country. While chatting on the roof of a house, they get an emergency call. The city was under attack once again. As the defense camp regenerates, Captain Pan notices that something is not right. He didn't understand why the enemy robots weren't attacking, passing through the holes in the defense field. Jiang immediately realizes it was a trap. Repairing the field required a large amount of energy, and a shortage of it would endanger the entire city. Soon after, the city is hit again by the enemy, which causes a lot of damage inside the command base. The robots had entered, and the soldiers had no choice but to fight face to face. In a very dangerous situation, there was nothing they could do but use the Shanghai cannon, but they had to regenerate the defense field first. They had only 10 seconds until the next shot. Meanwhile, the team countered the drones and destroyed the remaining robots inside the base. Suddenly, out of the water came the large Shanghai cannon and prepared to fire. After 10 seconds, accumulating the necessary energy, the cannon hit the enemy spaceship and made a retreat. It all seemed to be over. The enemy had been defeated. People began to enjoy life again. It was all over, but not Jiang's love for Commander Lin Lan. In fact, he kept dreaming about her. The AV-28 team wanted to celebrate Lu Yian's birthday, and they arranged to go to a club for a drink. While everyone was having a good time, Jiang went outside and Lu Yan noticed him. Lu knew that Jiang was in love with Lin Lan and told him not to be afraid to tell her how he felt about her. On one evening, Lin Lan had gone out to dinner at a place she often went. Jiang was also there. What a coincidence, right? Jiang gave her his gift, and after eating, Lin Lan took it with her. Weeks later, strange things were happening. The asphalt and dirt were starting to split, like after an earthquake. Commander Xiao says that the energy deposits were not stable, and the use of the cannon put the deposits in even more danger. There was a great risk of the deactivation of the defense field above Shanghai. While discussing, they learned that the defense field was covered with many holes, up to 60% of the entire area. Nevertheless, the AV-28 team managed to solve the problem by regenerating the defense field. While they were preparing to take a break, an enemy robot entered the base. They tried to stop it with their guns, but it was useless. Despite all efforts to stop it, the robot managed to disable the defense field, after which the command center automatically activated the self-destruct. After the attack, a member of the AV-28 team had died. It was a moment full of sadness. Council members want to get out of Shanghai and find shelter for people. Commander Xiao, on the other hand, does not agree. He wants to fight to the end and defend the city. Although they were without the defense camp, Xiao had another plan in his head. Xiao planned to direct all the energy input to the cannon, and while it would be charging, the AV-28 squad should defend the city. Before starting the mission, each member of the AV-28 team could leave an item in a container that would be saved for 100 years. Jiang put the phone down, but before doing so, he sent a message to Linlan, confessing to her that he loves her. AV-28 previously were safe flying drones remotely. Now the team had to fly real military aircraft. The mission had begun, and the defense camp was beginning to disappear, thus providing all the energy to the Shanghai cannon. The enemy robots began to attack, and a real carnage began. The robots tried with all their might to destroy the sources of energy of the Shentan, thus stopping the cannon. While the Shentan depot was being attacked, the AV-28 team arrived just in time to counter the attack. In the meantime, Jiang's plane was hit by a robot, and he had to jump before the plane exploded. Jiang fell inside the Shentan base and began to attack the enemy robots along with the other soldiers. The attack didn't stop for a second. It looked like a rain of robots. Liu Yian arrived to rescue Jiang and gave him control of her own aircraft. Energy stores were surrounding enemy robots, and Liu Yian sacrificed herself to defend Shentan and give everyone a chance to win. In the meantime, the cannon had charged and fired at the enemy spaceship, but they only hit the storm of robots around the spaceship. The shot caused an explosion that caused damage not only to the enemies, but also to the city. But they had one last chance that would compromise Shentan's energy storage. By pulling a lever, Linlan would give the cannon a chance to take another shot for the cost of all Shentan's energy, forever. As soon as she pulled the lever, a great earthquake began that tore Shanghai apart. The Earth's plates began to split, and Shanghai had turned into a ruin. The cannon being damaged could not take aim, so they had to activate the infrared passive guidance device. Drones would head towards enemy robots to self-destruct and destroy them simultaneously. After that, the cannon made its second shot, hitting the enemy spaceship squarely and destroying it. After a long time, Shanghai is rebuilt, and the only survivor in the mission was Jiang. He received the container he had put the phone in and checked the message he had sent to Linlan. Linlan, to his confession of love, replied, "I know." At the end of the film, we see the scene where Jiang had chosen to serve the Shanghai fortress just because Linlan was there. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then find out how a simple lawyer discovers that the client he was working for was Lucifer himself.